Wow.
Welcome back to COOLDOG. Today's comment of the week comes from Ian Smosh. He says, awesome podcast. I've been looking up to you guys since 2008.
I love you, Ian!
I love that little...
Love that guy.
The little guy.
Who remembers when he had the Justin Bieber cut?
I remember. Now he has the little, like, what's his name?
Millennial cut.
I'm thinking of an actor. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Charlie Day?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
No.
I guess it could be a Charlie Day cut, kind of. A little bit, maybe.
Link O'Neill, kind of, too, honestly, in the photo I'm looking at.
Link O'Neill and Rhett McLaughlin, they've turned into real perverts on that show of theirs.
No, dude, that fucking one TikTok is, like, actually, like, just, like, I get that their whole shtick sometimes is like, oh, things are a little bit crazy, things are a little bit fucking inappropriate, but that one TikTok where it's like, can we fit two in that hole? I think we could. And it's like, goes on for 30 seconds. It's unnecessary. It's gross. It's
really interesting how I honestly, there was a time in like, I think like 2015 when I stopped watching them because I was like, they're too family friendly. It's pissing me off. That was my opinion. And then
damn,
clearly they heard that and they shifted their content because they were like, I feel really bad for alienating one of our biggest viewers ever.
Yeah.
So
it's
good on them.
It's kind of crazy how like they did a whole fucking sex week too on their podcast where they like went to like insane details about their sex life and like were like, you know, did you ever, I think one of them was like, did we ever have gay sex together or some shit? And we're like, no, we haven't. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Why do you all talk about that?
I don't believe it.
I don't know.
If you are in a, well, I don't know if it would have to be like full on gay sex, but if you're in a close friendship with somebody for that long, and you are, you know, didn't they at one point like live together to like as like some sort of experiment? I don't know. I remember Weston saying something about that.
Maybe, or no, they had a house together over like COVID to film videos at, but then they like stopped it. I don't know. I don't know what happened to that.
Well, I'm just saying that if you spend that much time with somebody, there are going to be gay moments. There's going to be some gay experiences. Doesn't even have to be necessarily in a romantic way. It's just that when two people are together a lot, things might happen, you know?
I'm sure they've seen each other's cocks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'd be very surprised if they hadn't. I feel like that for them would be kind of like the minimum level of intimacy that I would expect. But
just getting some wiener action.
Yeah. And I mean, like the same goes for like Ian and Anthony. Didn't they like grow up together?
I don't actually. Yeah, I think they did grow up together because I remember they filmed the Pokemon rap or like, yeah, the Pokemon theme song fucking video in like high school. So they at least went to high school together. I don't know if they were like childhood friends, but I think so. And then they lived in that house, the iconic Smosh house that always had the videos.
Shay Carl and Tayson Day grew up together.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They both went to the same Mormon high school?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And that's why they're both into NFTs now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That follows. Damn.
That's crazy. I feel like we got to make it like a weekly segment where we check in on Tayson Day's Twitter. And you know what? I'm going to do that right now. Tayson Day.
What the fuck is he doing?
What's he up to this week? He tweeted, Biden stole the election. Trump won fair and square. Oh, that's a little bit of a shocker.
God. Fauci lied, people died. Fauci lied, people died. He's just spam tweeting.
Oh, man.
I'd rather take a bullet to the head than get the vaccine. What the hell, dude?
Oh,
Tayson Day, that's a little bit crazy, a little bit extreme.
Oh, I can't believe he would say these things. No, we're just messing around. Tayson Day is a progressive king who likes NFTs a little bit, but, you know, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. We all own a couple NFTs. Some people own Habbo NFTs.
Yeah, and they're awesome. They're awesome people. And maybe they should have sold their NFTs before the value tanked.
Mm. Hey man, it's bound to go back up. It's bound to go back up. Maybe get review buyers.
I was given it for free, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's not like I lost anything. But
you gained.
Oh my god, I was gonna say something and it completely slipped my mind. Hold on, I was looking at Tayzonday's Twitter and something like gave me a thought of I need to talk about this.
Vaccines, Fauci.
This isn't even related to anything with Tayzonday. Really annoying thing. I bought a nose trimmer from Amazon because I have big nose hairs, and I got to take care of them. If I don't take care of them, everything it starts to get a bit ugly up in that hole. You know what I mean? And I did this with the promise from Amazon that it would be delivered before I leave. And now I've come to learn that it's going to get here like 4 days after I leave. So
dude, that's awkward as hell.
No, yeah, because then it's also like I got to send someone like to the post office to get it. Because otherwise they're going to send it back. And then it's like in the US, I got to buy a whole new nose trimmer. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and then
send it to Austin House.
Well, I need one in LA, man. I need my nostrils to look presentable in LA. You know, I can't.
Sure.
I'm gonna be there for like 2 weeks. I can't be showing off my nostril hair like that.
You're gonna be on the plane wearing a mask, and there's gonna be boogers all filling your mask.
Dude, oh my god! When I flew to the UK, literally the grossest thing happened. Sometimes I drool when I sleep. Okay, sue me, fucking arrest me, put cuffs on me. Hey man,
if you're getting arrested, I'm going behind bars too. I have actually caught myself once. I don't know how. I usually don't do this, but I fell asleep on my desk once, and I was drooling on my arm.
Oh, and then you licked it all up, back up into your system. Well, what happened to me was I fell asleep on the plane, and you know you have your mask on in the plane, and I drooled all over my mask, and I woke up and I was like suffocating.
Were you like waterboarding yourself, or you couldn't fucking breathe? Like,
I didn't really have trouble breathing, but there was this like moment of I woke up and I opened my mouth and it was like my mouth isn't like liquid right now. What the fuck is going on?
Gross.
So it was really awkward, and I had to change my mask, and I was really scared that while I changed my mask, one of the flight attendants is gonna like make a whole big deal about how I don't have my mask on because they're really weird about it. Like,
yeah.
When I went to the UK in November, they sniped my ass. I took my mask off for 1 second to drink water, and then like the lady didn't see the water bottle because I had just put it down, and she immediately like sniped me and was like, "Put your mask back on. It's very necessary that you wear a mask on the flight at all times." And then she went on the little announcer thing and was like, "Everybody wear your masks."
That's the worst. When they fucking like tell you like to put on the mask, and then you'll see them walk to the aisle, and then they'll go in the announcement like, "Listen, guys, we gotta keep our masks on." Like that. I think that happened to me flying home from England. Because I'm not gonna lie, my ass was trying to like I had the whole row to myself, right?
Yeah.
And I was like trying to like use the whole row to like lay down to sleep. And so like I was like tucked and like curled into this like 4 like seat row. And I'm not gonna lie, like I couldn't really fall asleep with my mask on. So then I was doing like the Republican mask where it was like kind of like this. And then a lady like tapped me on the shoulder and was like, "Hey, can you like pull up your mask? Like, thank you. It'd be really much appreciated." And then I saw her like go down the aisle and she's like, "Guys, we gotta keep our masks on. Like, I know you're tired, but like," I was like, "Oh Lord,
I know you're tired." Fault. That was like a specific call out too.
I was like, "Dude, I'm like, that's me.
Like, I know you. I know your stupid ass is trying to take up the whole aisle trying to sleep right now, but that doesn't give you the privilege of not wearing a mask. You dumb fuck.
I know. I was like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, I didn't mean to, man. I was just kind of like passed out, and I was just like, you know, I'm not like fucking going like I'm not like fucking breathing the whole air and like coughing on people. I'm just like. It's just like that a little bit. It was even kind of like on the nose, but
imagine she just like reads out your full name on the thing. It's like Jack Hooverr sitting in aisle 5 is a fucking dumb fuck who can't wear his mask properly. I'm gonna be like,
Jack Hooverr going to Louisville, Kentucky is a dumb fuck, and he's fucking falling asleep with the Republican mask on. He's a Republican. I'll stand up and be like, "You goddamn right I am," and then people would start chucking eggs at me.
Actually, on my last flight, I gaslit and manipulated one of the flight attendants.
What do you mean? You've gaslit like flight attendants? Like,
yeah, I straight up.
What the fuck are you doing to them?
Went in there and I male manipulated the shit out of her. You should have seen the look on her face because she, the plane was about to land and she like, I was sitting there and I didn't have my seatbelt on, and she turns to me, she's like, "Is your seatbelt on?" And I was like, "Yes, it is." And then she just took that as an answer, but I didn't have that shit on. And you know what? For a moment, I contemplated, what if I don't put it on just to get the adrenaline of landing in a plane without the seatbelt being on?
What if you died, man?
Well,
What
I
if your
would have
body
rather
shot through the fucking seat like a bullet and your bones crushed to powder? That'd be
died
sad.
than put up with that little Mr. Bean character that was in the aisle next to me.
Forgot about the fucking Mr. Bean fucking character.
Yeah.
No, but that's fucked up. They're just trying to help you, man.
What does a 95-year-old granny need to travel to Estonia for? I've been thinking about that. There's like, the granny that was there with me at the passport check that was like in a wheelchair and like was like, it's dripping. She was completely by herself too. Like, where are you going, granny?
I don't know. Maybe she wants to see the Estonian cities, you know? You think people don't want to see that?
I'll never understand these people, these old people.
No, sometimes I do think that, like, even on the England flight, I'm like, there's no way you all are fucking flying from England back to fucking Louisville, Kentucky. Like, what are you all doing? Like, that's not necessary. You don't need to fucking fly from Louisville, Kentucky, where a bunch of buttfuck, like, rednecks are, to go to fucking England. Like, it doesn't make sense why you all are here.
Yeah, no. I think the same about Estonia. Oh, dude, the worst part is when I've been in America for a while. And then I'm like, because I don't fly from America straight to Estonia. I take like a connecting flight somewhere in Europe, usually like Germany or Sweden. And when I'm in like my connecting flight airport and I start to hear Estonian, I'm like, oh, fuck. Fucking God damn it. Here we go again,
hell,
man. These motherfuckers. You know the
stop you and
craziest. You know what the craziest thing about recording this podcast right now is?
What?
This is coming out in like 3 weeks, so like we can't talk about anything topical because it won't be topical anymore, and it'll be like
I know
they're like milking like a dead meme. Like, oh, dude, really? You're still talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith at the Oscars? Like, Joe Rogan killed a man last week. Why don't you talk about that?
We can predict some things though. What's going to happen in 3 weeks?
Let's pretend that Joe Biden. Have you ever seen? There's this GIF of a guy that's like he's in like suit pants, and he kind of like busts it down. And the suit pants give out, and his balls and cock just fall out of the middle.
I know exactly where he does like the splits, and then like it just like pops out.
What if that happens to Joe Biden?
It happens like at a funeral. Joe Biden's like going to fucking some kind of funeral for like another judge that passed, and his cock falls out.
Fucking Jimmy Carter's funeral. He just like busts down. Blueface is on.
Not Jimmy Carter.
Blueface is playing at the after party, and he busts down, and his fucking whole cock and balls spew out.
I could see it.
I
can see it happening.
Have we ever seen a presidential cock? I'm gonna Google this. Have we ever seen?
No, for sure. I feel like Donald Trump's is out there.
Well, there was that one where he's like supposedly getting spray painted. That was fake.
Yeah, I thought it was like a wax figure. I didn't know what that was.
No, yeah. Every time I bring it up, everybody in chat is like, "Well, there is one." It's like, no, dude. You really think that somebody would be able to sneak out a picture of Trump naked in the White House? That they would be assassinated. Like they would legitimately be hunted down. Like they would be Edward Snowden levels of wanted, where they would need to exile to Russia and like live in a cave for like 4 years, or like Julian Assange, where he needed to like live in like the fucking what is like the Ecuador or like Venezuelan embassy, and then they had to like carry him out like a little baby. The presidential penis: a short history. Okay, this article goes hard. An obsession with the president's phallus is a feature of American history long predating Donald Trump.
What the fuck? Who was the first one? We're like, dude, we gotta see that hog.
Oh my god!
Who's got the biggest?
The first pic they show is George W. Bush, where he has like a fucking crazy bulge. He's wearing like a little like Air Force outfit. I'm gonna show this to you.
Ew. Let me see.
If anybody wants to look up this article, it's New Republic.
Oh my god! Like I think like the fucking strap like in the middle is like pulling up his balls.
No, yeah, I think he's being squeezed. He probably went like, "Oh dear Lord, oh dear Lord."
They're squeezing my balls.
Laura, it's squeezing my balls, Laura.
Grabbing on the Twin Towers.
Oh my god. Oh man. Oh wait. Okay. For a second, I was like, I gotta pay for this. I would have honestly. I would have paid for this article.
Paid for the presidential penis.
Okay, dude. Less writing, more pictures.
No, for real.
Like I'm a visual learner. I'm trying to see like what caused Bill Clinton all that trouble.
I cannot believe he got a blowjob in the Oval Office. Like, Low-key crazy. Crazy that happened.
It is kind of crazy how he's the one that got caught for it. Like JFK, if you read out about it, JFK had like so many mistresses. Like he was fucking like crazy. I think he had
wasn't him like Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe was one of them, and he had like a crazy sex addiction. So he would just constantly be sneaking people in and out of the White House. And I'm sure that there's been so many presidents that have done that. I honestly think the most powerful politician would be an asexual politician, because you look at a lot of these politicians, they get into a lot of trouble because they just get too horny.
No, for real. We need like a non-binary asexual president who listens to Echo 2K.
Yep, that'll be the only way that like anything productive happens in the US. Right now you have Joe Biden tweeting fucking, oh, healthcare should be a right, not a privilege.
No, that's fucking weird as hell. Like he's tweeting like a stand where he's like, they gotta do something. It's like, you're there, man. You're in the house. You're tweeting that from the fucking house.
I think he forgot that he's president.
He forgot he wasn't on his alt. He wasn't on Joe Biden alt.
He's literally just like he still thinks he's at home.
God damn it, Joe. Do something. You can do something, Joe.
Donald Trump's claim during the Republican debate in Detroit that he was amply endowed might have shocked many, but it belongs to a venerable history. Never seen that word. Structurally, the president occupies the same position in American politics as kings. I don't care. Penis talk, please. Give me.
Let me see that cock. Let me see that big old penis.
It's not an accident. During the vicious presidential campaign of 1800, Thomas Jefferson accused John Adams of having a hideous hermaphroditical character, which has neither the force and the firmness of a man, nor the gentleness and sensibility of a woman.
What the fuck? Dude was throwing down fire.
Hermaphrodites are, of course, defined by their sexual organs. Oh, so it's like so we call them that?
Hermaphrodite?
Yeah. Huh. This insult went like, you know what? The insults used to like go really hard. Like they used to like really think of every word, and like insults used to be like 3 sentences long. Nowadays, it's just like L streamer. You fell off.
L plus ratio. It's literally like broken out English. L plus ratio plus you suck.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Thomas Jefferson here was like writing poetry just to insult John Adams' penis.
No, that's crazy.
It is kind of crazy that Thomas Jefferson said this, and everybody's like, oh, Thomas Jefferson is such a saint and a scholar. They do that with every president, though.
Yeah.
Because they're all awful people. Lyndon Johnson was always eager to let those around him know that he had an unusually large penis. Reviewing a biography of Johnson in the New Yorker Books, historian Marshall Frady noted. What are you going to ask?
I was going to say, like, why, like, what is unusually large? Like, at what point is, like, a cock, like, unusually large? Like, would you say, like, 8 inches is unusually large, or is that just, like, large?
That's just, like, large, I think. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say, so, like 10 plus inches. Like, that's unusual. Like, that's, like, really unusual.
A whole foot in your pants. A fucking 1 foot penis.
Yeah, that is, like, unusual. Like, it's hard to argue that, you know?
Hard to argue. A whole foot.
He early became fabled for a Rabelaisian earthiness, urinating in the park. What are these words, man? Like, can we just talk about the cock normally? Like,
dude, just fucking say he peed in the woods. Like, I don't know why you have to say he's frivolous. Fucking troll for the whole garage. And it's like, what?
Urinating in the parking lot of the house office building as the urge took him. If a colleague came into a Capitol bathroom as he was finishing at the urinal there, he would sometimes swing around still holding his member, which he liked to call Jumbo, hooting once, have you ever seen anything as big as this?
What the fuck? So he's just sexually harassing people? Like, as a fucking president, he would just turn around and fucking show people his dick?
I guess so, yeah. That's kind of like crazy that he was doing this.
No, that's definitely crazy.
And shaking it in an almost brandishing manner as he began discoursing about some pending legislation. At the same time, he would oblige aides to take dictation standing in the door of his office bathroom while he went about emptying his bowels, as if in some alpha male ritual assertion of his primacy. Even on the floors of the House and Senate, he would extravagantly rummage away at his groin, sometimes reaching his hand through a pocket and leaning with a half lifted leg for more thorough success.
What the fuck?
How
So
did
he
this
just like fucking he'd be like one leg up, just like hand in his pants, fucking scratching. Like, what does that even mean?
How does this office hold any respect anymore when this like fucking animal got into the Oval Office where he would just like where he would be like a little monkey? He would just like constantly be fucking touching his wiener.
He just got his fucking cock out and started like flopping it on the table, like fucking pounding away.
Thanks to various sex scandals, we have a detailed descriptions of Bill Clinton's penis. According to Robert Bennett, Clinton's lawyer in the Paula Jones case, in terms of size, shape, direction, whatever the devious mind wants to concoct, the president is a normal man. There are no blemishes, there are no moles, there are no growths. His erect penis is about 5 inches long, has the circumference of a quarter, and heads off at an angle. How big is a quarter? Do you have a quarter on you?
No. Do I? I don't know. No, I don't think I have a quarter. I don't even know the last time I like used paper money.
That's interesting.
I don't have any dollar bills.
It has the circumference and heads off at an angle, presumably rather like a finger bent at the joint.
So like, like what is that? What does that mean? Like, is like that, or is like how far are we going? Like, is it? It's like
that? Maybe it's the opposite way. Maybe it's like, oh, dude, what the fuck is wrong with my finger? Oh my god.
Like, yeah, that's just so gross to think about.
Americans
like,
might
just imagining like that. Like, the way like you describe this as a penis is like so gross and vile.
See, that's why you should never cheat on your wife in the Oval Office, because all of a sudden, like, people are gonna start putting your penis in legal documents, man. It's scary.
I know they're gonna fucking humiliate you and like have to ask you like under oath how big is your penis.
Americans might be cringing at Marco Rubio's nudge, nudge, wink, wink comment about Trump having small hands and Trump's reassurances that both his hands and penis are in good shape. Yet this locker room banter belongs to an old tradition running from Adams to Bill Clinton. The only way to stop American presidents from alluding to their penises is to elect a woman, which is likely to happen in November.
Yes. We got to recount. We didn't recount the last one. We need to recount this one, 2016. What happened?
I immediately scrolled up to look when this article was made, and it was March 4th, 2016.
Oh, my God.
Yikes.
What did they know? We're in the bad timeline.
Jeet here, you posted cringe, bro. You really wrote a whole article about presidential penises just to say, I'm with her.
Next year, I'm with her. It's happening.
Honestly, what if, like, because I'm going to be honest, man, I don't think Biden's doing another term. No way.
No. I don't know how much longer he has for, like, him to, I feel like he's, like, a couple, like, months away from doing the fucking Eric Andre, like, I smell a rapper, and he's, like, fucking looking all over, and he doesn't know what's going on.
No, I think so, too. What I'm worried about is the Democratic, like, I feel like the Democratic Party should have some intelligence and realize that fucking Kamala has like some of like the lowest approval rates ever for a vice president. Like normally people are like, oh, whatever. Like this is just a vice president. Who cares? But like with her, people are just like, wait a minute. She like isn't good, really.
She doesn't like, also here's the thing is like nobody knows like what she's doing. I feel like I don't hear anything about Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah.
And not really Joe either.
Let's look up the latest Kamala Harris news. Let's see what she's been saying. Kamala Harris, the vice president. News updates. We need a Kamala Harris updates account.
No, for real. We need a Kamala Harris Spotify account, and she's probably like listening to like I don't even know.
Psaki insists Biden was not a close contact with COVID positive Nancy Pelosi, even though they kissed and shook hands because they weren't together for 15 minutes during the defiant defense of virus protocols. They kissed.
What? Oh, she's a lady.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tests positive for COVID after shaking Biden's hand yesterday. They're saying like Biden like gave her COVID.
Hasn't he already had COVID? Or am I?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had like COVID like 7 times by now. I have like the worst.
You had like Omicron, Delta. You had original. You had OG. You had fucking Purple Kush. You had all kinds of strains.
No, literally, I've had them all, and it's really annoying because I took quarantining really seriously, and then the one time where I'd be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna you know, I might step out for a little bit just so I don't kill myself. And then I would just get COVID immediately.
You fucking went on a walk and like pet a dog, and then you fucking come back and you have COVID.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Bryce Hall is like licking lampposts and like fucking like, I don't know, dude, doing everything possible to get COVID.
I haven't gotten it, knock on wood. I mean, at this rate, it'd be kind of awkward. Like, I feel like, not gonna lie, like, I feel like there's a phase where it was kind of like a badass, cool thing in a way to like have COVID. Where like,
Oh, yeah.
he's like, what the fuck? Like, he had COVID. Like, he was out there partying probably. Like, he had COVID and he was out there socializing and hanging out. But like, I haven't gotten it. So like, if I get it now, it's like, dude, like the virus isn't real anymore. Like, nobody fucking cares.
There was a good period, like right at the start of COVID, where if you got COVID, you were able to farm so much sympathy. Like,
no, yeah,
the first
like
people I know, exactly, the first people I know that got COVID, like, people were tweeting at them like because it was such a new thing, and I did the same thing. Like, I remember our friend Diesel got COVID, and I was like, oh my god, like it scared me so much because it was such a new thing. But now that everybody's vaccinated, it's like, you can't fucking, nobody gives a shit anymore. Like, I could get COVID tomorrow and I'll go live and I'll be like, guys, I have COVID, and everybody would just say like, well, make sure you don't die.
No, yeah, literally. I remember like when Tom Hanks was like the first celebrity that got it, and then people were like fucking writing Tom Hanks' eulogy already. They're like, he's a goner, he's gonna die, man. Like, it's awful. Like, him and his wife have it, and you know, there's indoors, and I'm praying for them, man. I'm praying for them.
Dude, remember when Trump had COVID and everybody was like, oh my god, he's gonna die, and then they like dissected infants to like save his life?
No, dude, I remember fucking when Trump got COVID, and I fucking tweeted the fucking coffin dancing meme, and then people that I knew unfollowed me because of that tweet, because they're like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like really? That's drawing the line? You unfollowed me because I fucking tweeted the dancing coffin meme? Like, I don't know.
Those are the same fucking people that, like, as Republicans are like in every state that they have power in, they're trying to literally like fucking invalidate every single aspect of a trans person's existence, and then you'll be like, wait, Republicans are like real pieces of shit, and then those people will be in the replies like, well, no, let's not say all Republicans, even though all Republicans are like, yes, these fucking bills that literally like ruin the life of any LGBTQ person, these bills are awesome and we should go forward with this.
Yeah, literally. They're fucking ridiculous. I really don't understand how people will fucking be like, well, this is why we can't tolerate them, you know, because they're always attacking us. And it's like, we're attacking you because you're literally being fucking transphobic and like homophobic. Like, what are you like, if you're like talking about other shit, then like what, people would give you more respect? It's like, you're talking about shit that's literally affecting so many lives for just no reason other than you just don't like them. That's all.
Yeah. I had a little YouTube friend, and this was like during like the 2016 election, I think. No, I think this was during the primaries or something. When they voted, it was the 2016 election. Very progressive person, so this caught me very off guard. But he told me like, yeah, I voted Rubio just because like I just don't want to pay that much in taxes. And I was like, what?
Rubio? Like, you think Rubio's actually going to win? Like, come on.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, no, like Rubio's like young and like I think he won't be that bad, and like I don't want to pay that much in taxes because I don't know how much longer my career will last. And I'm like, bro, okay, you're gonna save like how much? Like, you're not even that rich. Like, I'm sorry, you're not even gonna save that much money. You're not gonna get pandered to. Second of all, you're selling off like every single one of your morals just to like, oh man, there used to be like I mean, this is still definitely the case, but like when we broke out on the scene, it felt like every YouTuber was a libertarian just because they were like, I might fall off tomorrow, so I'm going to oppress everyone just so I can pay a little bit less in taxes.
No, literally, the fucking libertarian community fucking went crazy back in the day, but where are they at now? Anybody still here?
Retweeting NFTs onto my Twitter line is where they are.
No, there is like a libertarian to fucking NFT pipeline that like took over Twitter. Anybody that was a libertarian in like 2017 and did YouTube, they're now promoting any kind of fucking NFT.
Exactly. The cycle of life is you go to a party with somebody in 2019, and then for 4 years you have to look at them retweeting absolute garbage NFTs onto your timeline.
Dude, here's the other thing though. Like, how many people do you have like retweets turned off for?
One person. One very specific person.
You only have one person's Yeah, Justin Wang does like retweet a lot. He does retweet like 15 things a day, and I'm like, this is like
Not
at this rate, I'm his timeline.
not only does he tweet a lot, he like what really made me turn it off for him was when he just retweeted a picture of shit in a toilet. Like that's all it was.
What?
It was
What? You
Like-
retweeted shit? When was
like
this?
this was like a couple years ago now, and he had really been testing my limits because he would like retweet things where I'm like, I don't know if I want to open this in public, and like, oh, that's a little bit of a gross video. And then one day he just like went completely unhinged mode, and he just retweeted a picture of this giant turd, and I was eating, and I was like, you know what, fuck this guy.
Ew.
I was like, fuck this guy. I met him at a party. He was so nice, but that doesn't mean I have to look at this. That doesn't mean I have to put up with this.
No, yeah. Literally, I don't blame you. But I was gonna say I am not joking when I say everybody that I follow, except for like maybe a handful of people, everyone's retweets are off. Just because I'm like, some of this shit is so awful. Like some of the shit, like there are people that I follow that will literally retweet garbage all day, and I'm like, why is this on my fucking feed? And I'll be like, it's this fucking person. I'm like, why? So then I turn them all off.
Try
following like 3 people.
Try following like an artist with like 50,000 followers who drops a single and then they retweet every single positive comment about their single and then just start your whole feed.
No, literally. It's fucking crazy. And then the only people I really don't have retweets off for are like actual like graphic design artists people. Because then they will retweet art and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. But other times it's like fucking people retweeting like the same like awful fucking giveaway for fucking $10,000 PC. And then I'm like, I don't want to fucking see this 5 times today. Like, I'll just turn off the retweets.
Did you see that Elon Musk bought like a 9% stake in Twitter?
I know, that's so epic. I'm so happy.
It's like I like a part of it was like also like, okay, this is why the stock market doesn't like why the stock market is a total joke. Because he bought like a 9% stake, and just because he bought that stake, and all the Elon Musk bros were like, "Oh my god, the fucking stock went up 30%." Like
that's fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Like that's like what that means that there's no value in this other than Elon being like, "I'm going to do an epic chungus and I'm going to own Twitter a little bit."
I don't get it. And then apparently, like, aren't they doing an edit button?
Yeah, he tweeted about it. He was like, I fucking hate his Twitter profile picture right now. The one where he's like wearing the aviators. It just makes him like so much more unlikable.
I'll look at it again.
Ugh. Like, it's so annoying that he thinks that picture is probably like the coolest picture of him. Like, he's like, this fucking picture's epic.
He looks like the fucking guy from Epic Mealtime. The fucking glasses guy. Muscle Glasses, or whatever his name is.
He's just, and all his memes are so shit. And like, oh, he literally tweets mid and gets like 900k likes.
No, I'm literally looking at that exact same tweet. The fucking Twitter's next board meeting is going to be lit, and it's him fucking smoking on Joe Rogan. This is the most painful fucking tweet ever. And I didn't even realize I got 1 million. Almost 1 million. Now I'm looking, and it's like every single tweet of his gets over 100k. He's like a fucking Minecraft person at this rate.
No, he literally is. He's like... He's like tweeting out like lore streams.
Elon Musk lore stream. Dude, it's only a matter of fucking time. I mean, he's already fucking doing a thing with Mr. Beast. It's only a matter of time before like one of these Minecrafters gets him on some kind of server. I don't even know.
If they, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind if he ever does anything with a Minecrafter and all the stands are like, this is so epic. And while they claim to be so fucking woke and aware of everything, like, dude, if you can't do the bare minimum of getting mad at this fucking billionaire, oh my god, I hate going to dinner with people and then you gotta have this whole talk about like, well, at least Elon's like doing something cool with his money. It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't like
he's getting his money from fucking like cobalt mines that like kids work at, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. And like the work culture at SpaceX is like absolutely terrible. And he treats his workers like shit, as does every billionaire. That's the only way you accumulate so much fucking wealth. Like, and also like everything cool about him is just shit that he took credit for, that he had like nothing to do with. He didn't even invent Tesla. Like he didn't found the company. PayPal was like, there's also like debates about like PayPal and like how much involvement he had in that. And like he's just such a piece of shit. Yet he has this like insane cult of personality around him. And also, do these people realize like he wants to go to Mars so that he can go there? He is not going to bring your ass with him.
Yeah.
Like him and his little elite bros are going to go to Mars and they're going to have the fucking time of their life. Your ass is going to fry like a piece of bacon on this earth.
No, yeah, literally. And the other thing is, like, if people actually are going to get sent to Mars, they're going to go there and they're not going to really be prepared, and they'll probably die. And they'll be like, well, I guess I'm not going to go to Mars anymore.
Yeah,
and then people will just like die on Mars because he wanted to.
God,
but I can't wait for him to be in a Minecraft video. That's going to be fun. I mean, he was already on the fucking... God, I can't remember the name of it. What was the fucking PewDiePie thing? Yeah.
I remember that. That was weird. I don't know, man. Like I every time you talk to any like I've been doing this for years now. Like Bill Gates used to be another billionaire that you couldn't criticize because they'd be like, well, Bill Gates actually agreed to give away most of his money and he does a lot of philanthropy. Yet for some reason, his net worth kept going up year after year. His net worth, like when I started hearing people saying that his net worth is like 30 billion, and then it was like a few years later, it was like 95 billion. And like, also people like Bill Gates is like one of, up until recently, because the whole Epstein stuff, I think really like opened up people's eyes to Bill Gates.
Oh my God,
I think,
you're right.
And there's been like a lot of creepy things brought up about him after his divorce. But he was up until then like one of the most successful people at like completely washing their image of like all of the terrible things they did. Because like during the 90s, he was like a Bezos level bad CEO where like he did hostile takeovers. His workers were treated like total shit. Like the current CEO of Microsoft was like he worked under Bill Gates and he was like so fucking traumatized of the way that Bill Gates used to treat workers that he actually like has changed the work culture in Microsoft because it's all like
God
set under like Bill Gates's foundation or whatever. Because
people forget about the fucking poop water. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that was the biggest scandal. He just drank poop water.
Sorry to cut you off to fucking bring up Bill Gates's poop water, but I literally was like, it just popped in my head and I was like, I forgot that he fucking just created poop water, and then he was like, look at this poop water, I'm going to drink it. And
no, yeah,
is that still going on? Like, still doing poop water?
He probably took that one sip and he forgot that ever even happened.
Let me see if that's still going. Yeah, he did it in 2015 where he had a fucking poop water machine. And he made Jimmy Fallon drink it. Oh my fucking God, I didn't realize Jimmy Fallon also drank the fucking poop water.
Oh man, this water tastes real poopy.
I can taste the poop, guys. Hey, Root, you want to try the poop water, guys?
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Questlove is drinking the poop water. Oh my God.
It's poop water. It's poop water. It's like, okay, Jimmy.
Oh,
he's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck Bill Gates. Fuck anyone that's a billionaire. Except for like, I don't know. But if I'm a billionaire.
But what have you done with your money? They've done way more than you'll ever do.
I've literally done a charity stream, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should cancel you too, honestly.
No, dude, please. I'll do anything. I'll drink the fucking poop water if it means I don't get canceled.
Oh. That's very courageous of you to make that sacrifice.
Would you also drink the poop water if it meant that you would never like have like a scandal in your life? Like nobody would ever like be under attack for you? I mean, drink it live on stream.
I mean, that would get a lot of views if I drink poop water. Like I'd do it for that alone.
Yeah. It would be kind of crazy. It'd also be like a funny gif, I feel like, of you drinking like poop water.
Oh, like the cum chalice.
Yeah, exactly. Cum chalice, poop water.
Have you ever seen that picture of Hillary Clinton in like that middle class person's apartment, and she just looks really confused?
Oh, is it like the fucking kitchen shot and she's like looking around?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I gotta find that now.
It's such an interesting picture. Like I'm looking at it right now, and she like you can tell that she literally has never like she's like, what the hell is going on here? They got plants in the sink.
These liberals got plants in the sink. They got fucking all kinds of tapestry.
They don't got a gardener.
They got a gardener for their fucking New York like $2,000 a month apartment.
How do we expect anything good to happen when the people in charge of making that good happen are so out of touch?
No, for real. Like, I think like people that are 21 should be president.
I think so too.
I think it should be TikTokers. People in touch.
Dude, I saw like a clip of Joe Rogan saying something really stupid.
What did he say?
He was like, I think Andrew Schultz could be president someday. I'm like,
oh my fucking God.
The last fucking thing we need is a comedian as president, man.
We need Bert Kreischer in the White House. Bert Kreischer in the White House would be so funny.
He'd be like liberal Trump. He would do nothing but like drink and smoke.
Yeah, he'd be like fucking Winston Churchill. We'd wake up and like have a fucking mixed cocktail and then be in some kind of fucking meeting.
That's so interesting. All the different little like characters that have been in the White House.
It's crazy, man. That little peanut farmer.
What if like okay, this is kind of a crazy scenario, right?
Okay.
You know, we all have those YouTubers that we used to watch like 10 to 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And like in 10 to 15 years, one of the people listening right now will be like, oh, I wonder what happened to Aksually. Like, I used to watch him all the time. Like, it's been like 15 years. I wonder what he's up to. You look up my name and you find out that I'm the White House chief of staff for a Republican.
I'm not even joking. Like, if I somehow like lost touch with you and then that's the first thing I find out, like I would text you. I'd be like, what's going on? Like, you're now like just a fucking chief advisor or whatever for fucking some kind of Republican in America? Like,
I would be like, sorry, I can't talk to you. This is not a secure line.
I feel like you honestly, like somehow you could pull off like winning an Estonian election. Like, I really do feel like somehow, like if you made like a fucking video about it, probably like, have you seen the fucking Nico Amilana one where he like ran for like London mayor and like actually got some votes?
Yeah.
Like, I could see you actually doing that in Estonia and then like actually winning.
I honestly think I would probably get nuked and torpedoed immediately because they'd be like, look at this guy. He supports Bernie. He supports communist Bernie. They would dig up
all your old tweets about like fucking feel the burn and they'd be like, eat him up.
Exactly. Like they would just like, all the conservatives would literally like make me look like an insane tanky. But the thing about it is that if I hadn't nuked my chances of ever becoming a public official, I feel like I could have easily like done local government. Like it's you don't have to get that. You don't have to get that many votes to like get into office. Like in my hometown, like I would vote, and like some of the people that got into like the little parliament. Well, okay. The problem with it is in Estonia is the way the voting system is kind of annoying because you vote for a person, but you're actually just voting for a party. And the party has like a priority list of the people that get into the Senate or the parliament, you know?
Really?
So it's like I could join a party and I could get like fucking 5,000 votes, which is like 10 times more than most people will get, right? Mm-hmm. But because I'm not high on the priority list of the party, those votes will get someone else in office instead of myself.
Damn, what the fuck? That's just rigged.
I think the move would be to run as an independent. But then I would have to get like a shit ton of votes because I wouldn't have like the party backing. I don't know. Democracies are so weird everywhere.
I could definitely see you like, do you all have like fucking, I don't know how to like explain it, like maybe in your alls, but like, you know how like America has like counties? Like there's like counties for each state. Like you'll have like counties in Estonia where it's like, there's a county of a city. I could see you like being like the county mayor.
Yeah,
that could probably work.
They call it in Estonia. They're called like the county elder, the elder of the county.
Oh my god, that's like a perfect title.
When I used to live in the countryside and I went to like a small school, I actually knew like the county elder pretty well. I even met one of like the like local mayors of like one of the bigger towns who is now in like parliament and shit.
Oh my god.
But my dad actually got into like a huge fight with the county elder. I don't really know why. My dad is just like an unhinged person. And what it ended with was like the county elder for some reason pulled up on our lawn. I wasn't there when this happened. But this is as it was described to me. He pulled up on the lawn and like to talk about something, and it ended with my dad like using like a, you know, those things they used to pick up like haze and like the devil holds, like the little like,
the fucking like spiky thing.
yes, it apparently ended with him holding that and like threatening to like stick it up his ass, and then the guy like
Oh my
he
God.
left. And I like, that is like, I don't understand how my dad works, because you should get arrested for that if you do that. Like that's like
Yeah,
especially if it's on the county elder.
yeah, like a county elder. I feel like even like threatening a guy with like a position with that name just sounds like mean spirited, no matter what. Like an elder, you're bullying an elder person. Like,
Yeah, with the name like county elder, he might cast some spells on you.
I know, literally, he's gonna fucking be like, "I'll be back," and then you fucking like a fucking tornado like spawns in your house.
Yeah, we used to go over to his house. Like, we had like a little like. Did you ever have these where I guess in English we would have like these things called like class evenings, where like our class would be or our grade would be like, it would be like someday after school we would all just like play some music, everybody would bring snacks and like a bunch of food and stuff, and we would just like hang out. And sometimes we would go over to like someone's house and we would host them. Like one time this was hosted at my house. All the kids from my grade came over to my house, and like there was like a little like bonfire, and there was like food. Like, did you ever have something like that?
I don't actually think I did. I think I might have had something like that where there was a kid from my grade that literally lived right across the street from the school, and I just remember like one day, like I don't even remember like the exact reason, because I literally think it was like kindergarten through third grade when this probably happened. And we just like the school ended, and then like it seemed like everyone from my fucking class like just went over to his house, and there was like fucking snacks, but it wasn't like a cake. It wasn't like his birthday. We were just like over there like fucking hanging out and like being in his backyard. And then but that was the same kid that fucking told me that like he had a Pikachu in his backyard. And then I remember I was like, "Where the fuck is it? Like, is it back there?" And it fucking he's like, "It's in my garage. Like you can't see it."
Dude,
like, okay.
I bet he was fucking shitting himself the entire time he was there, because he was like, oh my God, I'm going to get confronted about this.
No, but the thing is like I went in on the lie because I said I had a Pikachu. And then he was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like I have a Charmander." I was like, "Okay, that's fucking, I guess we both have Pokemon somehow, and we're never going to see them because I'm lying."
Damn.
Yeah, I just fucking lied. And then also, he came over to my fucking house once because he was also I was like kind of nearby, and he just like was like, "Hey, what's up?" And we were like hanging out, and he like walked over to my house. And then one of my dogs that I had growing up, we had to get rid of because I got him when he was like really old, and he started shitting and pissing all over the house. And so then my mom was like, "We gotta get rid of him." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And so then we gave him to like a family friend, and it literally he was just gone. And when the kid came over, yeah, we were talking about my dog, and he's like, "Yeah, your dog's probably dead right now." I was like, "What the fuck?" like I was literally like in second grade, and he's like, "Your dog's probably dead." I'm like, "No, he's not." Like I literally know he's not. And he's like, "No, like I think he's probably dead." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Leave!" Like literally leave my house, and I made him fucking leave. Because like, dude, that's fucked up. Telling me my dog's dead when I know it's not, and you like wouldn't believe me.
What the fuck? That's such a fucking out of pocket thing to say, man.
I know, and it literally wasn't like because like I like fucking egged him on and I was like making fun of him. He just like random, like I was talking about my dog because he's like, "Where is it?" And I was like, "We had to give him away." And then he was like, "He's probably dead." And I was like, "What the fuck? Like he's not dead. I know he's not dead." And I like talked to my mom, like, "He's not dead, is he?" She's like, "No."
Would you cry a lot as a kid? Were you a little crybaby?
No, I don't think this is something that like I really haven't explained to anyone. I feel like, but like thinking back in my like past, like I was such a little crybaby, drama, attention seeking.
Me
bitch,
too.
Where at one point I don't remember like exactly what happened, but I was so dramatic that like this is like kind of embarrassing to admit, but this is like second or third grade. So like I was fucking little baby, but I remember I got in trouble. And I was like, "This is it. Like, I'm moving out. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'll just, like, you don't want me here." And I started going through my room and I started like taping and like writing prices on all my stuff. And I had my sister come in my room like, "You can buy anything. You can buy whatever you want. Like, I don't need this." And then she doesn't have like any money. So like she had like $2 because she was like fucking 2. And she's like, "I'll take that." I'm like, "Okay, you can take it." And then I fucking remember going in my closet and crying because I was like, "Oh." I was such a fucking little pussy, but it was one of those things that, like, I feel like I haven't talked to anyone about how I literally like used to cry and be like, oh, I'm gonna run away, and I like would run away so many times to like my grandma's house.
Did your grandma live close?
Yeah, it seems like everyone in my fucking story lives close, but it's kind of true. But yeah, like she was pretty close by. Community. Yeah, and I would just like ride my bike down. I'd either like ride my bike a little bit too long, so then like my parents worried a little bit, or I would like ride my bike to Nana's house and like hide out in the backyard.
See, I was like a little piece of shit. Like I think that was literally my first ever insecurity, was how much I would cry, because like other kids would make fun of me for it, and like I could tell that like they were like, that guy is such a pussy for just like crying all the time. But I was also like when I was a kid, I was really obsessed with trucks, like little like toy trucks, right? Mm-hmm. And I had like one truck, but I wanted like a really big truck, like an American Truck Simulator type, where it has like, it's like a fucking, it's like an 18-wheeler, like a lot of wheels going on. Like I wanted one of those, and I never had one. And like I did this thing one time with my mom. I know the exact shopping center where it happened too. I did this thing with my mom where we were in a store, and I walked past like this aisle of toys. I was like 5 or 6. And I was like, can we have this? And my mom was like, we can't afford it. And then I just threw myself on the ground. I said, my mom hates me. My mom hates me. And I started like screaming. I was like, oh my God. My mom hates me. She's the worst mom. Like, she hates kid. Me. No, yeah, I should have been a leash kid, honestly. Like I make fun of leash kids, but like I should have been a leash kid.
I should have been too.
No, honestly, I definitely should have. And I was just like throwing myself on the ground, and my mom was like trying to pick me up. And like I remember like the shop employees just like standing a little bit further away, like looking at the situation, being like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Mom hates me. Mom, that literally sounds like an Eric Andre sketch almost, where it's like, "My mom hates me," and you're just fucking screaming and throwing yourself at the ground.
I also really hated sharing things. I fucking hated sharing anything.
No, I was nothing. Same way. I couldn't do it. And exact same shit would happen with my sister and I with like our DSs, where sometimes like I would like want to use hers or some shit, and she would like fucking be like, "You're not fucking touching my DS." Like obviously she wouldn't say that because she's like 6, but she'd be like, "You're not touching my DS." And we literally like go fucking crazy, and like I'm like, "Why would you let me use your DS?" And then my mom would sometimes be like, "Okay, you gotta let me use the DS." And she's like, "Fine." But another time she'd do that with me and my fucking Nintendo DSi, and I was like, "That's not happening." I'm like, "It's a Nintendo DSi. Like she's not touching this at all." And she's like, "No, she's gonna use it." I'm like, "No." And I like fucking be like, "Ugh," and I'll like fucking give it to her, and I'll run off and then start crying. But
yeah, I had a lot of stuff like that. Like my sister got like a little football and like a soccer ball. We don't do American football here, but
yeah,
she got a football, and I remember like she came home with our mom, and like I immediately was like, "I want that. I want to play with that." And my sister was like, "Fuck off!" Like,
no,
I think my sister's like a little bit older than me, so I was like probably like 5 or 6, and she was like, she definitely. I don't know how old my sister is. Can I be honest? I have no fucking idea how old she is, and I don't even want to know anymore because it's been too long. But like I don't think she was a teenager yet, but she was like getting to that age, and I was like, I want the ball. I want the ball. And she would literally go, fuck off. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you're not touching this ball. And then I got it eventually, and I fucking broke it.
Oh my God. That is the worst fucking... Like, my little sister would do the exact same shit, where I would have something, and I would be playing with it. And she wouldn't fucking care if it was by itself, nobody would be fucking touching it. But then if I was playing with it, she'd be like, I want to play with it. I want to play with it. And she'd fucking like rip and like try to get out of my hands and shit. And I'd be so fucking pissed off. And then my mom, of course, would be like, Jack, give her it. Like, let her have a couple like hours with it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this family hates me. And I like storm out of my room and cry.
Mom's always pulled a couple hours. Give her a couple hours.
Give her a couple hours. Give her a couple minutes. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
Whenever I would
go in my room and cry.
Whenever I'd get like chips or like a soda, and like I remember I have this like childhood friend who I still see her time to time. She's actually the girl that I had my first kiss with.
Oh my God.
But like when we were kids, like she was very nice. Like she was always very nice. I was like a piece of shit. Like I remember this one time I don't know whose fucking apartment this was. We were at someone's apartment and like her mom brought her over and I had like a bag of chips and soda that I went to the store as a little kid and bought it myself. And then my sister was there and she was like, you should share your chips and like let her have a sip of the soda. So what I did was I started like Matt Stoneying the bag of chips. I started like, eating it really fast because it pissed me off that like my sister kept saying that over and over again. I was like, I don't want to. And then when like the third time she asked, I just went like this and I started eating it and I got like a really bad stomach ache because I also like started like chugging the soda. It was like an apple soda. Just because I didn't want to share at all. I don't know why. Like I was so annoyed at the idea of sharing.
No, yeah. Like I do that sometimes with my sister where like I will ask for a fry and if I pick it out, she'll fucking like get so angry at me. She's like, why are you fucking touching my fries? Like, what's going on? And then sometimes like what I do, like, cause my mom will like get food for the whole house or like would used to get food for the whole house. And like there'd be 2 fries and obviously one's for her and one's for me. And I would eat all mine like really fast because I'd be hungry. And then I'll just put the empty one back in and I'll take hers. She would fucking like freak out and like literally be like, who the fuck ate my fries? Or like, Jack, you ate my fries. And she'd be so angry. And she'd like go to my mom like why did you just let him do this? Like he eats all my fries. Like it's so fucking not fair. I'm like, suck it. Because sometimes I just ask for one. She'd be like, no, get away.
So you'd eat everything. You would take it all.
I'd go, I'll be like that kid from fucking Monster House or whatever where he like fucking grabs the candy and goes, that's what I do.
I was around like a lot of older kids too when I was younger. I think that's what made me such a piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie, because like when you hang out with older kids, when you're the younger kid, you're always just like you're made the butt of like every joke, and they make you do like all the dumb shit. You know, they're like,
yeah,
oh, if you want to hang out with us, you got to be the one to throw a rock over there. You know what I mean?
At a window, at an old
exactly.
person.
Yeah, exactly. At that old lady, you got to throw a rock at her head, and then you do it, and all of a sudden, exactly, you crack her skull. She's on the ground. You get arrested. The other boys don't. But yeah, I had that happen a lot, and I think just being around older kids that much like made me just a really bitter person. So then I would like whenever I was around like a younger kid, I'd be like, yeah, you go do that now. Yeah, I'm the older kid now. You go do that dumb thing.
Go poop on the ground. Poop outside. And people would be like, okay, I'll poop. You have a friend that just did anything? Where you would fucking ask him anything? I had a friend that ate a cicada. Like, you know what that is?
What is that?
I'll send it. It's these fucking insects. They're so big and gross and they fucking shed their skin. But there's one on the ground. He
was in his like food for Louis era.
No, literally like that's a fucking bug. I put it in the chat in the
he ate that whole thing?
He took like a big like I would say 3/4 bite out of it and like chewed it up. And I was like, I can't watch this. And then he also took a poop at my friend's house, like outside. like he was like basically like he had a pool, like he had a big forest area, and then we were just like joking around being dumb kids and being like, you should poop out here. Like, what if you like imagine if you just pooped on his lawn? Like how crazy that'd be, because there's no like dogs here. And then he just like fucking squat down and he pooped. It was crazy. But I love
fun of everybody.
Yeah. He didn't care.
What the fuck? That bug you sent is like bigger than, it looks like it would be like bigger than a wasp.
No, dude, like that is like this big and it's like this wide.
Oh
it's like
God.
A big, like it's like a beetle with fucking wings. And if you see, dude, this is where it gets really gross. Like, I'm not joking you. When these fucking things came out, because they live in the fucking ground. That's another thing about cicadas. They live in the ground, and then it like after like 7 years or some shit, like, oh no, it's 17 years. Yeah, it's 17 years.
Maggots.
They like they'll like come out of the ground. And then they'll be like, I'm not even joking you, thousands. Just like that backyard, there'll be thousands all over the neighborhood. And you'll hear them like they're like making this like really like gross noise. And it's literally an infestation when it happened.
I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh my God.
No, I do not miss that. But now they're gone for another 17 years. It's like it's like the It clown. Like returns after 17 years.
Have you ever had bed bugs?
No, but the only thing I've had is like lice, and like I had to fucking
Mm.
go through all my like stuffed animals and like throw things out because it was like I don't know, like I don't know if like is this common in your school? Like, did people in your school get lice? Because I feel like a lot. I don't even know if it was a lot, but maybe in my area, there's so many schools where like there'd be like lice infestations of like little kids being like, "I got lice," and then they
Damn.
like can't go to school, and then people would have to like go through the fucking heads, like literally like you know how like monkeys pick out like insects out of your hair. Like I
Yeah.
had teachers like this will be because it was like a small school. I had teachers literally like get a pencil and go through my hair and like fucking go like this and like pick out
Then
like
they would eat it.
no, they go and they like get nutrients from it, and then I'm like, oh, save some for me. But no, they'd like check for lice, and if you had lice, you would have to go home.
Wow. No, we didn't have lice, but I did have bed bugs at one point when like
Oh my God.
when I was in my childhood poverty era. I had bed bugs, and there are so many like things about bed bugs that literally like make them like I think the worst beings on this planet. First of all, they just suck on you. They suck on your little blood, and it's really annoying. And you sleep and you wake up, and it's like I had a really really bad. So this was after I like had moved. Like I didn't live with my dad anymore. I lived. There was a moment where I had moved out, and we went to live with my grandmother and grandfather. And my grandfather was like a total bum. Like he would just hang out with like these really weird guys that like I'm pretty sure just like lived in dumpsters. And he would bring home like also, and that's how we got bed bugs. Was one of his friends fucking just gave us bed bugs, and getting like first of all, it was really really embarrassing, and that's why like one of the things that like honestly sucks the most about being poor, it isn't even the fact that like you can't afford nice things. It's more so because it's like you kind of like you make it work, and there's like a nice like little bit of a feeling in it.
Yeah.
What really sucks about being poor is shit like that happens, and it just makes you feel like such a piece of shit. Like you feel like such like a waste of space in society, because I had like such a bad bed bug problem. And something that they don't tell you about bed bugs is if you squash them, they release this fucking disgusting smell.
Ew.
Like I think I went to like a motel like a few years ago that had bed bugs, or it had like a history of bed bugs, and I felt that smell, and it legitimately triggered me. I got so pissed off. Like my mom had to calm me down because I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Like I hate this so much. Like why do I have to like deal with this shit again? And it's also a problem where like you're like you might as well burn down the house. Like in a lot of cases, it's so hard to get rid of them. It took us like a year and a half of exterminations to finally kill them off, because what would happen is there would be an extermination, and then they would be like quiet for like a month, and then they would start appearing again, and it was the worst. And
oh my God,
there would be a moment where I pulled out my textbook in school, and I just had it open on my desk, and like one of the kids I went to school with was like, "What's that?" And it was a bed bug crawling on my book.
Oh my
God! And I
God.
legitimately, I wanted to kill myself. I can't even begin to describe the amount of shame I felt. Like I legitimately wanted to leave right after that, because I was like, I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Like nobody's gonna want to talk to me.
Damn. That's fucking
that
insane.
was like, yeah, that I used to be like, that was like a really annoying era for me, kind of. It's one of those things that's like it was like my deepest secret. Like I would never tell anybody, because I was just like, it's so embarrassing.
Hey man, we're here. We're standing by you, bed bugs or not.
Hey, I don't have any bed bugs anymore.
You're not in your bed bug era anymore. Maybe you should bring some to Austin.
Yeah, that was many years ago. I'll go to a store and buy them if you can. That would be insane if they let you buy.
Dude,
bed bugs.
we should like be like, yo, Trevor Modest Cube, our friend, and be like, dude, we're gonna do a podcast at your house. Is that okay? We put him on that double decker bus, or not double decker bus, double decker couch of his.
Dude, that would literally break his heart if it got bed
he'd literally
bugs.
be so sad, and I literally would feel awful.
He would like. I think that would literally make his whole life crumble. It would send him towards like a downward spiral where like in 2 years he'll be like homeless, and we'll see him in the street and we'll be like, oh no, what happened? And he'll be like, you happened.
You brought the bed bugs, and we'll be like,
you did this to
me. No, it's just because I know how much he would spend on all those couches, and you'd be like, oh man, I gotta toss them out now. Like, can't be having these around. It's so sad.
It's just so embarrassing to be poor. It sucks.
Yeah.
Hate it. I would not recommend being poor to anybody.
No, I definitely was going to say, like, I feel like if you're poor, then it's one of those scenarios where, like, you just got to get some money and then kind of get out of it.
Get off your ass and work.
Work. Like the real, like Kim Kardashian said, girls, you got to get out there and you need to work hard because you're not, people nowadays are not working hard. You're not posting any ads. Get it? Like, that's the thing I think people fail to mention is, like, just because we're YouTubers that get fucking ads for, like, Raid Shadow Legends doesn't mean you can't also try to get one too. Like, literally just apply yourself.
Exactly. Apply yourself and like get like an audience that really rocks with you and rocks with your vibe.
Rocks with your world.
Rocks with your vibe.
No, yeah.
Well, this has honestly been an amazing podcast. This has like honestly been one of my favorites.
I loved it. I loved our little childhood little baby talk where we both admitted that we were just complete babies who cried all the time.
Yeah, and little
And
like
penises.
presidential talk.
Presidential cock, dude. Hey, 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 hey.
This is also the last podcast that will be from me in Estonia for a while, because by the time that this goes out, I will be in Austin, I think. Or I will be about to get there.
And he's going to get here. And let me tell you right now, we're going to do 0 live podcasts, guys. No live guests that we definitely don't have lined up. So don't even expect that and other content from us.
Exactly. We're going to do nothing interesting in
We'll
Austin.
take a break.
And you won't hear. Yeah, I'm going to take a 3-month break. You won't hear from me for 3 months.
3-month break / hiatus. You won't see any posts. You won't see any posts from me or him. So soak it in while you can.
But yeah, thank you for listening. It's always a joy to read the comments and see where you guys are listening to the podcast from. So let us know. What are you doing right now? What's up?
Where are you from?
And
have you had bed bugs?
Where are you from? Have you had bed bugs? What is your family's net worth in general? What would you guesstimate it would be?
And what are your opinions on the Will Smith smack? Because everyone needs to hear some opinions about that right now. 3 weeks into the future from actually 2 weeks ago. Already.
3 weeks after it died.
Yeah.
3 weeks like after it became irrelevant. We need to hear your opinions.
And opinions that like people definitely don't need to hear. You know,
exactly.
Form one right now in the comments.
Well, we'll see you guys on the flippity flip freaking flip side in Austin, Texas.
And dootly doot doo.
Doot doo.
What the hell, man?